Everybody, this is another Summit County Libraries Tech Help video. Welcome. Have you ever felt stuck when you're trying to find a new book from the library that you'll like? With so many titles out there, it can be really overwhelming to find your next perfect read. And of course, when you use lists like the New York Times bestsellers list, it often results in really long wait times because the books are so popular. Maybe you love a genre, but you're not sure how to discover new titles within that genre, or maybe you've enjoyed a specific title and you want other books that are similar. As library employees, we get a ton of requests for recommendations, and we can only read so much. So today, I'm going to share with you some of our secrets. I'm going to show you 2 wonderful resources that can help you discover your next favorite book, both of which we often use personally when giving recommendations out to patrons. So the first option is called Novelist, and it is accessible through our website, summitcountylibraries.org. I'm here now on our homepage, and I'm going to mouse over the research tab at the top here, and then click on A to Z database list. And this is going to pull up a list of all the databases that are available to our patrons. If I scroll down here, I'm going to click on Novelist Plus right there. And at this point, it will ask me for my library barcode number. So I'm going to type in that long number that's on your library card. And as always, if you don't know your library card number, feel free to call your local branch and they can help you out with that. So I'm here at the Novelist Plus website, and there's tons of different ways here to browse for recommended books that will suit me. For example, right off the bat, I can see there's some suggestions provided by Novelist. So let's say I'm in the mood for books that are world building and lush, or atmospheric and descriptive. You can click on those. You can click on a specific age group that would appeal to, and that will give you some cool new ideas for what to read next if you would like to fit within any of the genres they provide. Or right below that, you can try your appeal mixer here, and then you can make your own combination of words that suit what you're in the mood to read. So that's a more specific way to find kind of a fun, interesting new read. Whereas if you go down below to browse genres, you can search by genre, and that will give you more specific genres. So for example, if I click on the for adults section here, it will give me familiar genres like fiction. It will give me crime and suspense, so a really popular genre, fantasy, historical fiction, and that's a really helpful way if there's a genre that you particularly enjoy. This will give you a great way to search by genre. Okay, now I'm going to scroll back up to the top, and I'm going to go back to that homepage. And here now on the left-hand side of the page, I can see more options for browsing. So Best of 2019 Fiction would be a great option if you're a fiction lover and you want to find out what were some hot books from 2019. Or one of my favorites is this For Fans Of tab. And that has a whole bunch of different things that are popular right now in pop culture that you might be a fan of, that you can find things similar to that Novelist Plus may recommend. So for example, I love Stranger Things. So I'm going to click on For Fans Of Stranger Things. And that will take me to this next page, which will have book recommendations based off of Stranger Things, the TV show. So it'll give you a description of what Stranger Things is about, and then recommended reads that fit within that same genre and feel. Okay, so that's another way to kind of get more broad ideas. Let's say now I want to get recommendations based on a specific title that I've read recently. So let's say that you read and loved Where the Crawdads Sing. You're going to go ahead and type it right in the top of the page. And there it popped right up for me, so I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And that's going to take me to this next page, which will have lots and lots of info on Where the Crawdads Sing. And on the right-hand side of the page is a really handy feature called Read-alikes. So it's books that you'll likely enjoy if you enjoy Where the Crawdads Sing. You can see them here, a few ones, and then you can click View All if you want to see more. Okay, we're going to scroll down a little bit farther, and this is another really cool feature. So there's this Search for More section. So let's say you read this and you thought to yourself, wow, I never realized how interesting North Carolina was. I would love to read another book that's set in North Carolina. You can select North Carolina as one of your search criteria, and that will specifically pick books that are set in North Carolina. Then similarly, let's say you're really interested in rural women in North Carolina. You're just like, wow, this really this really stuck with me with this book, and I would love to read something else that has those two topics. You can select North Carolina and rural women or any of the other themes, genres, etc., and click search. And that's a pretty specific search that I'm doing. But here we go. There are 5 different results, including Where the Crawdads Sing, that fit that criteria. So books that take place in North Carolina and books that take place with rural women, which is a really cool way to find something pretty specific within some more unique genre searches. So Novelist is a really great resource. There's a lot more to look at, but I'm going to switch over to our next recommendation, and this is going to be Goodreads. So goodreads.com, you're going to type it into your search bar. And to use Goodreads, you're not going to need a library card number, but you will need to create an account, which is very quick to do, and it's completely free. So I already have an account, so I am currently logged in, and this is my homepage here. And Goodreads also has a ton of features, but I'm going to just show you a few of my favorites that will help you find some good book recommendations. So again, let's use my example of Where the Crawdads Sing. I'm going to type it here in the search bar. And another handy thing about Goodreads is that it pulls up the cover, what the cover looks like, so it helps you know it's the right title. So I'm going to click on that. And this is going to take me to a page of information about the title, very similar to Novelist. And on the right-hand side of the page is my favorite feature, which is this Readers Also Enjoyed section. So you can scroll through here to see a short list of titles that other readers have enjoyed. And if you hold your cursor over the specific books, it will give a little bit of information. You can also click on them and it will take you to their specific page just like this. And you can also click on See Similar Books if you want the full list that this is showing here. And this is one of my favorite features because the recommendations are really great. I found so many good books using this Readers Also Enjoyed tab. And you may notice here that the title I'm looking up is extremely popular, and thus a lot of the recommendations are also extremely popular titles that may not currently be available at your library. So let's say that I want to have a better chance of finding a book that is available right now, either on the shelf, at my library, or through Libby. So this time I'm going to go ahead and search a little bit less popular title, but another one of my favorite books, which is called A Darker Shade of Magic. And the title pops up right here. And when it pops up, I can see that it says Shades of Magic #1. And this tells me that I'm getting into a series, which is great to know because now I know there's more books in the series to read and enjoy. So if I click on the title, it will take me to that information page, and I can also click on the series name, and it will pull up the whole series list for me, so I can see all the other books in the series that I can then go ahead and read. If I go back to that page here that has information about the specific book, I can go back and use that Readers Also Enjoyed section, and I'm seeing here this book was published in 2015, so 5 years old, so not quite as relevant, which is good to know because that tells me that a lot of the Readers Also Enjoyed books may not necessarily be books that have just come out and I'm unlikely to get. And there's lots more that may be available. I can also click that See Similar Books item. My other suggestion is to click on the author's name here, and this will provide me a list of all the titles written by that author. So since I've greatly enjoyed what I have read of her work, I can now also see other options written by her that I may also enjoy, and that can give me some more ideas for what I may want to read by the same author. So both Novelist and Goodreads are really great resources to help you discover your next favorite book. Have fun searching, and we hope you enjoyed this tech video. Feel free to call your library if you have any questions.